first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. And this one is incomplete.
Hey, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 9.
Burrow. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 4th down, here's Joe Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Jamar Chase, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 15. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take over at the 41. Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. This one complete to Scott Miller. Now he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
He just had enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. They'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, falling on the lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Wilson. Making to catch the running back, Raheem Mostert. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try to cover him before he gets going.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Buccaneers Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's got room. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they like to let them stand.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught right side by Mims. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Mostert fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Inside handoff to Mixon. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the delay, it's Mixon. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll give it to Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have moved out in front. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Here we go.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. From the 29, Burrow. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Patterson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is caught, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Anthony Schwartz as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw.
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
Past the 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Mostert. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Wilson on the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Wilson. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and goal. Wilson, the quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Good throw, good catch. I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is just... And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On one, ready?
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
11.
On second and a couple. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. He's got room at the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 4, it's second and a couple. Here's Burrow, setting up to throw it. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch it between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Mixon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
11.
On second and goal. Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now a throw here to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow will throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important 3rd down. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd down and goal. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
On 1, ready?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game,
there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Anthony Schwartz with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. What is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away? Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's Wilson. Able to get this to Patrick. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Wilson to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Now Wilson. Caught on a slant. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Rolling to his right. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here we go. Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
12, 11, Thomas.
To throw, Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We think back to halftime, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here's we begin overtime. They're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game, because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum, and they certainly have it going on their direction right now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They go play action now. Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Wilson will throw again. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
On first down, it's Strickland. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Broncos, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
Yeah.